What's going on, COD fam? Welcome back to the channel. This is not as much as a guide as the steps I am taking to reach tier 5 as soon as possible. I'm sacrificing season 2, 3, and 4 for tier 5 in season 5. I think we're going to get it in under a year, and here are the steps that need to be taken. Step number 1 could be the most difficult, depending on... there's so many factors. You could just be getting 0 daily because you have a very aggressive opposition. I was in a very lucky situation. I was in a free-to-play alliance, and I mean lucky in terms of war. We didn't get much done. As you can see, there are not a lot of check marks. I think we got the bear. That was the best thing we did. But for the most part, we didn't get much done. So we missed out on a lot of loot. Just too much loot. So step 1 is the most important. Make it to the top 3 of your server. We made it to the GOATs of our server. That would be preferred. Reason being is the amount of rewards you get from active players. It's incredible. I think in the free-to-play we had 75 players, and I think maybe 12 were active. It was pretty sad, but it was a good starting point. If you're looking for tips on how to increase your power to get there, focus on hospitals and mana refinery till you get enough power to join. And if you're trying to become useful to them, focus on one troop. I know a lot of players are focusing on mage. I wish I would have focused on ballista. But I do believe mages are easier to raid with, and they are more useful in war because you get to stay way in the back. Also, if I'm not mistaken, they're the best against swordsmen. Yes, they are. Oh, wait, yes. For a moment there, I thought they were the weakest. So the first step you must take, if you wish to get tier 5 as soon as possible, is we need to get, which I am behind 1, you need to rush to get the College of Order to level 23. So you can use any amount of speed ups, and the reason being is you want to get this as quickly as possible. This extra 15% here. Now I would not fault you if you wanted to take the Trinity to level 25, and that is your stronghold, your alliance center, and your College of Order to level 25 as soon as possible. Now I have not seen the requirements for these 3 yet, and I'm never going to for a very long time. I'm going to be at level 23, so I finish all my production. So I won't know what the requirements are. The true bottleneck in the game, over everything, is going to be the rally beacon. It's going to be your job to balance how many gems you apply to the treaties versus the amount of gems you apply to getting to VIP 12. And we must also balance out the amount of gems we have available. We must always get 20 of these 8-hour speed ups every week. That is part of being in a strong alliance. And if you're lucky enough to have a strong alliance that's allied with other alliances, you can gate hop. You can be part of taking over anywhere from 12 to 15 gates if you're lucky. You have to be really well organized with other alliances. It's so important that we are getting enough resources that we never make this mistake. Free to play, even if you're a medium budget player, there is no greater waste of resources than on resources. If you break down an 8-hour speed up, it's 240 gems for one. So if you were to break that down, it's 30 gems per hour. So I like to break these down into hours. Let's say we need 1.5 million gold. That would be 15 hours of time we're losing every time we make one of these purchases. So for that reason, in Season 2, once you unlock, we still got a bit of time. Once you unlock up into your Celestial, you're going to want to rush all this. I understand if you want to rush a few levels. But do not rush if you're having issues with resources. Do not ever put yourself in that position to where you might make the deadliest mistake for trying to hit tier 5 as soon as possible. There is no greater failure on our path to tier 5 than wasting gems on resources. So upgrade whatever you need to make sure that doesn't happen. So that's going to be the balance with your gems. Because this right here, this is going to be brutal, but they're only 10 gems each. If you're in a good enough clan, you can probably get 50 to 75,000 gems in a season. So that would knock out 5,000 to 7,500 beacons per season. So the next step, which is going to be the most difficult for me and I believe for most other players, is saving all of your speed ups, all of your universal speed ups and all of your research speed ups till you get the level 12 research speed bonus. It's tough, you know, when you see you can complete something. I mean, if it's under an hour or two and it's going to make you feel good about yourself, go ahead and complete something. But aside from that, you must never use universal or research speedups till this is complete. This is going to save you countless hours. And we don't have to worry about this. I have a feeling level 15 would take far more than a year. I'm guessing it probably takes 1.5 to 2 million gems if you were gemming it. So we don't need to worry about that. It's level 12. That's going to be tough, fam. I'm going to save all those speed ups for 2, maybe 3 seasons. But we're going to be happy we did later. And the final step. Maybe the first, whatever it takes to get your level 60s. If you want to knock out some Darklings at the beginning of a season, get a few level 60s, I wouldn't fault you for that. I'm not touching them. It's going to suck. It's going to suck raiding with level 50 heroes, level 55. Look at these level 60s. That's almost 120,000 units when we send these out. Level 50s, it's probably going to be, 105k. Not as much fun as 120. So only Darkling creatures and only Darkling forts. That's going to be it. 3 seasons of going that route. And at that time, you will have so many speed ups. And I plan on saving everything else. My building speed ups and my troop speed ups. Because in the strongest Lord event, if we've saved everything up for 3 seasons, it won't be hard to take a W. Our players aren't putting up more than 50 million. 3 seasons worth is going to be about 120 to 150 million. So we'll see how bad they want it at that time. That's it for today. That's how I believe we are going to get tier 5 in under a year. I thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Eat some good food. And above all else, smash tier 5 and under a year.